early voting in Kentucky, and community leaders say that there is some hesitation in Louisville's Latino community on whether to show up and vote or stay at home. Wave News reporter Fernando Garcia Franceschini shares some of their biggest worries in the Jefferson County Clerk's response.
Myra, one of the biggest concerns for local Spanish speakers is the language barrier. Jefferson County doesn't offer the option of a ballot in Spanish, and community leaders I spoke to say that could keep many eligible voters at home come Election Day.
I think it's a very common experience for those in the Latin community or Latin Hispanic community to have that sort of anxiety.
David Lopez works with a community that has grown exponentially in the last 20 years.
The Latin Hispanic community grew by 247% between the year 2000 and the year 2020.
That amounts to about 40,000 Latinos in Louisville, some of whom are not fluent in English. Unlike the state of Florida or New York City, Jefferson County doesn't have the option of a Spanish ballot. That's because of the Federal Voting Rights Act, which requires the area to have a certain amount of Spanish speakers with limited English proficiency to offer a Spanish version of the ballot. Jefferson County isn't there yet.
I encourage them to go to the polls because we're going to work it out for them.
County Clerk Bobby Holzclaw says you can bring someone with you to the polls who speaks English. You can also bring your phone to the polls and use Google Translate, for example. However, they can't guarantee that there will be bilingual poll workers when you go there.
We probably don't have that many. A lot of them don't ask to be poll workers, which I would encourage them to do so.
You can also reach out to local nonprofits and churches to ask for help. But community leaders like Lopez says that the important thing is to get out and vote.
When you have a community as big as the Latin Hispanic community in Kentucky, 30 to 50,000 registered voters, that means that that community alone could decide in which direction any given election goes.
Nonprofits like La Casita can help you figure out the logistics to vote if you are not proficient in English. You can also find this information in Spanish with this story on our website, wave3.com. Fernando Garcia Franceschini, Wave News.